Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this video we got a reaction for you. I know, it's not their best game, but I personally like it. Starfield is getting its 2.0 update, I suppose is what you can call it. I have not played Shattered Space. Obviously I hear things that it's not good, but then again, that's what people said about the base game, and I like the base game, so I'm still gonna get it eventually, or I'll just get it when the PS5 version comes out and they have it bundled together. So either way, I'll be playing Shattered Space at some point. But this is an update, a deep dive into an update they're calling the Free Lanes. I think it's called Free Lanes update, and then there's the Tracker Alliance update as well. Just a whole bunch of stuff that they're going to talk about. I don't know. I know a little bit about what's going on. I started watching a Luke Stevens video, and then I was like, you know what? I want to do a video of my own on this one. So I'm going to go into this deep dive, and hopefully they'll explain everything about what Free Lanes really, you know, what it encompasses, and then the Tracker Alliance thing. I think it's like a narrative expansion. I'm not sure, but let's find out. Get your hot cocoa or coffee or adult drink. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the trailer, by the way.
Our achievements can be dwarfed by the vastness of space itself.
This is the trailer that they released.
But the galaxy,
I think it's the Tracker Alliance trailer.
We must enjoy the ride.
It looks really good. So apparently you can fly from planet to planet, I think is the Free Lanes. However, you can't go from space to planet back to space again like No Man's Sky or something. There's still a loading screen between space and planet, but you can fly past planets now. The planets are actually physicalized objects.
Do not attempt combat with us. You will not survive. Shields up! Take him down!
Oh yeah, I think I also saw that they're expanding the ship building.
Only as capable as their starship.
Which is arguably the best aspect of the entire game is the shipbuilding.
Only as useful as its crew.
They're also going to have new cosmetics in the game. One of which is NASA. You get a new rover. So I'm very excited about that.
You will find your place in the galaxy.
And hopefully I can finally create the space shuttle.
But beware.
I don't know if it's possible. I think I might have looked up the tutorial, and it's just, it involves parts that I didn't have, so it would take a while to make the ship, but it'd be fun. Okay, I think this is the Tracker Alliance. Is that what they're calling the Tracker Alliance? I don't know. This is a new enemy, but it's a bunch of robots. Which obviously, if you've played Starfield, the majority of the enemies are just human. So this is the first non-human enemy that we have to face, but people were really hoping for actual, like, aliens. Terran Armada, that's who they're called. Or that's what they're called. Which, I'll admit, I'm a little bit disappointed in myself that it isn't, like, an alien race. So we've got the Tracker Alliance is available now. April 7th is when Free Lanes is going to be available, and then the Terran Armada comes out the same day as Free Lanes. So now they're going to go into it.
Starfield's grown so much since launch.
Yeah, and they show off all the stuff that they've added to the game. They include some mods in there too, which I don't know why they would include that, because they're not the ones who added it.
But space is always expanding.
And I haven't played it in a while, but again, when it comes to the PS5,
territory.
I think I'm really gonna get down to the nitty-gritty with Starfield.
You today.
I have it on the Xbox Series S, but it obviously only runs at about 30 to 40 FPS.
Right, when we release the game,
It does not run well at
that's the starting
60.
point, but we are fully committed to supporting our games after release.
I think when you look back over, you know, the dozen or so updates that we've done up until this point, we did the standalone location story-based DLC in Shattered Space.
I still gotta play it, like I said.
Updates.
We added creations, We've added the Rev 8.
We've added a ton since launch.
And you can see that all this stuff there, most of it was modders adding to the game, but
You know, Starfield fans wonder what's coming next. We've been busy working hard on the next.
I want one of those mugs.
So we're excited to announce the Free Lanes update and the Terran Armada story DLC.
Boston Museum of Science.
Player feedback really guided how we brought Free Lanes to life, and it's the biggest update since launch.
Funny how this is my favorite mug. I use it all the time, but it's funny how
We're adding
appropriate it
tons
is
of
for
new
this
POIs,
video.
Locations discovered, another vehicle, tons of new spacesuits, weapons to find,
There it is.
tons of new spacesuits.
Dude, freaking NASA suit. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Weapons to find.
We know what the fans want, and we know what we want, and so now it's time to deliver on that.
So today we're inviting players to strap in and join us as we play through our favorite features coming to Starfield.
I wanted that control. I genuinely wanted that controller really badly. And I really wanted to get the collector's edition, but I wasn't willing to spend, what was it, $300? No. I got the Skyrim collector's edition on the PS3 for $120 or $150. I can't remember, but it was less than $200. And I got an amazing Alduin statue. Why is a collector's edition $300? It's ridiculous. And sometimes they don't even include the game. These days, it's most of the time they don't include the game.
Interplanetary exploration is what Free Lanes is all about. It
There you
brings
go.
more to discover, giving players all new experiences mid-flight.
It's basically a cruise mode that we're adding that ramps up to speed to light years, and you just, zoom between planets.
Really a core fundamental part
That's
of
so cool.
any.
The question is, even though you can't go from planet, space to planet, can you crash into the planet? Because now I guess they're technically physicalized objects. I'm assuming. Either that or they're 2D objects that just rotate towards you. They did the old school thing, maybe. I don't know.
Space sim or space fantasy is being on your ship and flying from location to location.
Yeah.
Let's get out there and do something new today.
If we can travel to these places, what is the player doing? We can get up, we can walk around our ship. You can do anything you could
I wonder if you
normally
could still get the Starfield controller. Also, I'm wondering if they'll release a PS5 controller, because if they do, I might get it. I'm not going to lie. I have a very expensive controller, but I don't have collector's controllers. I don't. As cool as a lot of them are and have been over the years, I mean, I can't justify the cost. I already have a controller. I don't need controllers just sitting around, but there are certain ones that I would love, and a Starfield PS5 controller would be great. Probably be the only one I'd ever get, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have any.
You can come over and talk to my crew members.
I wanted to thank you for
Andrea.
giving me the chance to work with you.
Or Andreja.
You can decorate.
Yeah, people are going to love this.
So what just happened there? Was that an interdiction?
Yeah, that's an interdiction alarm, a unique type of encounter that can interrupt cruise mode. I got to get back to the helm and see what it is.
Gee, that seems scripted. Just happens. Now, what happened there was an interdiction, right? Dude, that is... I don't know how they landed that, but okay. Must have been like, it's got to be a special build that they're playing or something. I don't know. It just so happens to have an interdiction come along, I guess.
There are non-combat situations. There are kind of scary situations.
I mean, look at the way this game looks. He's got to be playing on PC, but like, I personally don't dislike the look of Starfield. I think that the Creation Engine is very old and needs to be retired. And while Creation Engine 2.0 or Creation 2.0 is a big step off of the Creation Engine that created like Fallout 4 and 76 and whatnot, I still think they need a new engine. It's not great when it comes to just in general having so many problems with it, bugs and whatnot. But the visuals certainly are leaps and bounds over their previous titles. And that's why I can't wait for the PS5 version, because it could look like this
Some
for the
will
most
just be
part.
The wreckage of a ship. I don't know what that is, but let's go check it out.
You know, really looking at the vast breadth of science fiction and space sims and what you can.
I do have to hand it to Bethesda, though, for allowing us, even on the Xbox Series S, to tweak our settings to play the game how we want. So if we want to play with unlocked frame rate or up to 60 FPS, we can. The system's not going to be able to do it, but they allow us to do it. But I did just recently finish Avatar Frontiers of Pandora playing on the quality 40 FPS mode, and it was pretty solid. 40 FPS on a high refresh monitor, which, the PS5 caps off at 120, so it's a perfect container. 40 FPS fits perfectly in a 120 hertz container, so the frame pacing is even across the board relatively. So 40 FPS is a lot more responsive and a lot less chunky feeling, a lot less, there's the input latency kind of disappears, which is what most people don't like with first person shooters. If there's input lag, you got a problem. But that only really happens if it's programmed incorrectly or you're playing at 30 FPS. And it's very hard to get it right at 30 FPS. There are some games, and I've been saying it for years. Destiny did it right. I think Division did it okay. There was still some input latency, but it's not that bad. Space Marine 2 does it really well. So it's possible to do it, but it seems very hard to get it just right at 30 FPS. And luckily, Starfield felt really good. I just think it would feel better at 40 FPS. So one of these days, I'm going to play that. I'm going to try that out.
With any luck, the cargo they have on board will make this worth it.
I mean, I wish my PC could play this game, but it can't.
With free lanes
at anything but 30 FPS.
And it's sort of this mysterious new resource that visually it has similarities to some of the Starborn architecture.
Yeah, it just looks like a piece of
enhance your ships, but also like your weapons.
A giant piece of like metal. What's the? There's Bismarck, I think it's called. It looks crystalline. It's got like crystalline structure. It looks almost just like that. So that's what it looks like to me.
You can find X-Tech, and you have an opportunity to roll for a chance to get that legendary effect that you always wanted. I always like explosive. I'm going to roll until I can pick explosive. So now we have this top tier Grendel that I could have found in the game, but that wasn't enough. So we added 2 new quality tiers above advanced. So we now have a superior weapon quality, and then we added exceptional on top of that. So for those higher level players, there's still more things out there for them to get. These are specific effects to really customize your weapon from legendary to exotic. Reckless, for example, magazine size is reduced to 1, but damage is increased, so it's great for sniper rifle. I mean, there's a couple that really sort of stand out. Let's take a look at them.
Not Bismarck. Something else. I can't remember.
That's the ultimate space cowboy.
Yeah, right. Check this
out. Okay. Sorry, not Bismarck. Bismuth. I was right on the first part. Bismuth. It's a very crystalline structure. It's weird looking. I'll throw an image up of a bismuth knife or something like that. But it's, yeah, basically, that's what I was referring to.
I'm a big fan of the Kismet. There's a 25% chance that your next magazine will be tripled, which when you're firing explosive rounds with a high rate of fire can be a lot of fun.
That's OP.
We did add a fair amount of skins. There's always fun.
Yeah, the Constellation skin was very popular, so we decided to add it to a bunch of different weapons.
Then we have the Neon skin, which can appear on a number of weapons.
That's pretty cool.
We also added ship modules that enhance your ship's abilities.
My favorite is probably the evasive stealth drive. When you boost, you'll also become stealthy. So what we added was a ship optimization terminal. It allows you to optimize shield systems, weapon systems, engine systems.
You didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
takes a lot of player expression, and I think X-Tech allow you to do that in a way that you couldn't really before.
You know, it's a lot of crap that Bethesda gets. Man, it'd be a cool studio to work at, man.
Let's talk about how
To
we
work
improve
alongside a
outputs
legend
for
like
players.
Todd Howard, come on.
Yeah, we have this great new all-in-one module. Comes fully furnished. You could just plop it down on a shoreline, like here in Gagarin. Get a great view.
And you can still decorate it any way you want.
You can customize it. You go change everything up if you want.
But one of the more practical
That's
things
cool.
that we added was a shared outpost container. This was a huge...
I just never got into the building aspect of Fallout 4, though I feel like I should have. I think pretty much the same is going to go for this. Unless I have absolutely nothing to do in the game. I've done everything, you know, whatever. I've done as many playthroughs as it takes, I guess. I just don't, you know, I don't see myself doing this right away.
request. Like, if you build this at your outpost and you load it up and you build it at another outpost on a distant world, that you have access to that inventory.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
all shared between any place you build that container and any outpost anywhere. We added Colony War hero action figures.
So you can build a
people are gonna
little
love this.
diorama.
This reminds me so much of the type of action figure playset that I had when I was a kid. They function as sort of like the collectible Vault Boys do in Fallout, where you find an action figure and it gives you a passive bonus.
For example, the medic makes sure you can heal quicker.
That's cool.
Yeah, there are sealed and unsealed versions of them too, so there's a way to display them as well.
Obviously,
Something
always
unique.
get sealed.
Oh, what's that?
Who's that guy?
That's the pet Millie whale.
It's like
Gotta love how they don't know what that is. You guys work on the game. How do you not know what that is?
this peaceful little alien creature that is a pet.
And dances, apparently.
You know, just cute things to have around, like to brighten your day.
It gets lonely out there in space.
We wanted to be able to quickly
Yeah, that's why you get a
see
woman
where
to
their
travel with
outposts
you.
were. And that's a case where the database came up.
I mean, there are people who are going to love this because it's central location for everything.
You can look at what you have there, you can track it right from there and go get more of that if that's what I'm looking for.
Or a man. If
So
you're a
much easier
woman,
to find
get yourself a
resources you
man
need
to
throughout the
travel
galaxy.
the
It's
stars
huge
with.
quality of life upgrade.
Oh, for sure. After you have all the artifacts, this mysterious prototype.
Okay, so technically, the game had a New Game Plus. You just started over with the upgrades that you got, which is what New Game Plus is. So I'm not sure where they're going with this one.
Schematic will show up in the lodge. It allows you to build this quantum entanglement device, which now lets you take inventory items through the Unity.
Ah, that's the difference. Because I believe, yeah, after you start a new game, technically a New Game Plus, you don't take anything. You take your physical upgrades, right? The upgrades to your character. You get the new suit. This is after I've only started another playthrough. I haven't finished the second playthrough, but you keep the suit that you ended up with as a Starborn, right? Starborn. You get the ship, and that's it. Then everything else you have to regain, which is it's a bit tedious because it's like I'm this powerful being now, but I have no guns.
You go into the Unity, it is a sacrifice. But then there's the gameplay reality where I've spent hundreds of hours. I don't want to give up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our way of recognizing that players might want to take some favorite items with them, and they can use their quantum essence to do that.
You can't deny the amount of work they have put into the game. Like, you might not like Bethesda that much anymore. You might think that what they're doing is kind of lackluster and they're just doing the bare minimum, but you can't deny the work that they are putting into this game because they do truly believe in it, which is, I think, something that we definitely need to acknowledge and praise when a developer takes the time to improve upon their game. You know, they just kept at it. A weirdly perfect example is Skull and Bones. Okay, trash heap of a game. I don't think I'll ever play it, but as Luke Stevens pointed out in one of his more recent videos, it outlasted High Guard, Concord, and so many other live service games that have come and gone since. So somehow when a developer, even Ubisoft, says we believe in this project, we want to keep it going and keep iterating it and improving upon it, you gotta admire it. You gotta admire the chutzpah it takes to want to put all that time and effort into a project that you truly believe in. And I truly do think that these guys believe in this project. Like I said, I like the game. I didn't have any major issues with it. The majority of people, I understand, it's not their cup of tea. It's not their Bethesda. Bethesda was Skyrim. Bethesda was Oblivion. Bethesda was even Fallout 4. Some people were, I would say more people hated Fallout 4 than New Vegas, because New Vegas wasn't Bethesda, but there's still a lot more people that like Fallout 4 than Starfield. So, but I admire the effort these guys are putting into it.
To make going through Unity a little less punishing.
Yeah. One of the things we added was now when you defeat a starborn ship, it awards you quantum essence.
Engines fried. The target, I mean.
You can use that quantum essence to upgrade the capacity of your quantum entanglement device.
Wow.
So I'll go ahead and I'll increase the capacity a little. It explains that the maximum capacity is 200, which is a good size inventory. So there's a number of new weapons that we added. I'm going to keep that.
I take my favorite action figures through. That's what I wanted.
I can take my Astra through. You're always going to need Digipix. Let me just grab this real quick. Yeah, so I can take all that stuff through. That process of going through the Unity 10 times and going to all of the temples, that was a big lift. How do we encourage them to really play as Starborn? And it is the ability to upgrade these powers.
Is it 10
Once
times?
you collect quantum essence, you can upgrade those powers.
You go through the portal 10 times, or the Unity 10 times?
Increase the regen rate. They can grav dash to close the distance between enemies.
See, I personally never really explored the powers because some of them just seem so lackluster, and then I see stuff like this, and I've seen other people's videos on them playing this game and the powers that they're using. I'm like, where were these powers when I was freaking playing? So, I personally think I went through the game really more or less interested in the gunplay, because it is much better than what they had in Fallout. But one of my favorite things in Mass Effect was being a sentinel and using my powers to throw people places or lift them and shoot them and all this other really cool stuff. So I think I need to explore the powers in Starfield a little bit further.
Now I'm at this crazy power level that I could never achieve before.
Those guys were level 6.
There's even more to
Look at that. Look at that controller. Look at that controller. I would love that controller. And I would have gotten it for my Xbox for sure, because this is what I got. Plain Jane. I mean, to be fair, my Xbox matches my PS5. It's all black. It's all white and black color scheme, which you guys know is I absolutely love. I mean, here's my PS4 controller that I use on my PS5 for if I play PS4 games on it. It's white and black. It's just a great color scheme. I'm so sick of just straight black things, and it's boring. But I could get behind that controller. I don't think you can get any more except for obviously like eBay or something.
Touched on yet.
And I'm sure they're marking that up.
Station. It's where we kick off a lot of our new quests. There's a ton.
Why did she look worried?
Here.
Tiger.
We have a brand new vehicle. It's called the Moon Jumper. It can boost for days. So you can almost fly this thing. And on a lower gravity planet like this, get a lot of airtime.
Wow. Now, I have not played the game since they added the Rev 8. And I hear that it's kind of a pain in the ass because these planets were not built with vehicles in mind. They were built with human beings running around on them. So the terrain's a bit rough to travel over with the Rev 8. My understanding with this update is that they will be improving upon the planet's terrain to accommodate for vehicles.
So we do have a new companion.
So you see the Model G here, super cute.
Watching him kneecap somebody, like as they just have a little tick of health left, just makes me laugh every time. He's not the
It's a
only crew we
BB-8
added.
essentially.
So Maria can join up with you and be part of your adventure with you.
I like to think I was part of a group, and I murdered all the other children in the womb.
So you've got new allies, but you've also got more challenging foes. New enemy traits will force you to rethink how you approach encounters.
So this guy has a chance to avoid damage, and after he's killed, he puts nearby enemies into a state of rage. This was a way for us to make enemies more challenging.
Holy crap, dude.
There were some other, I'll say, smaller things that we added. POIs on planet surfaces.
Small things, he says. There were basically no POIs. That
We
looks
added
cool, man.
Photo mode vehicle poses for the Rev 8.
That's
And
cool.
lots more stuff.
You know, I love a good photo
Including
mode.
your new
I've
home
taken
away
a couple
from home.
pictures in
This is
Starfield before.
incredible. It seems simple, but this is incredibly exciting.
Players
I just
had millions
don't know
of
how to
credits.
get them off my
It was there for them
Xbox.
to buy.
The most extravagant thing in the game.
It's a mansion carved out of an asteroid. How cool is that?
Now the Terran Armada.
The Terran Armada poses a grave threat to us all.
In this DLC, you'll face the Terrans, an advanced militant force with their own vision for the settled systems.
So the Terran Armada is a faction that left the settled systems during the Colony War.
The Terrans don't seem to be known for their survivors.
It is our sworn duty to uncover their
Is that
plans
what's
and
her face
Starfield.
from freaking
They had
The
issues
Expanse
with both the United Colonies and the Freestar
and
Collective.
Assassin's Creed
They
Mirage?
consider themselves to be the true
I honestly
children of
forget how to
Earth.
pronounce her name.
The DLC is going to challenge players to rise up against a full-on armada. And part of your mission is to figure out what their motivation is and to stop them from attacking innocent worlds. They have these mechanized troops, which are a force to reckon with. But
A
not all
force
Terran bots are
to
trying
be
kill you.
reckoned with.
Yeah, so we do have a new companion. His name is Delta, and he is one of the Terran robots. He's not evil, but he is definitely not good.
Designation, friend, not accepted.
And they've got some ships that are really high-powered, incredible pieces of technology.
Wow.
They've taken
That's
Nova
cool.
Galactic ships and have added new modules. We went for NASA Tactical, and they have their own weapons. We had got feedback from the community. It was like, oh, I wish we had more contemporary like machine guns.
Hell
less
yeah,
sci-fi,
dude.
more
That
grounded,
does look
and
pretty
that's what the
sick,
Terrans
I'm
were
not gonna lie.
equipped with. And then these guns are highly modifiable, both ballistic and energy weapons. It's pretty terrifying when you're exploring the Terran ships in the dark. The vibe is kind of like a dimly lit.
I knew I saw that model that one of the guys was carrying earlier in the video, and I was like, that wasn't in the game. That's why, because it's coming to the game.
You know, U-boat
I like
type
that.
of,
I like
atmosphere.
traditional
And then you hear a
style,
little alert
you know,
going
guns
off,
because they
and
look
you
good.
realize it's when the robot pod's opening up and these robots will jump out and they're deadly.
And I'll tell you this much. The base guns in Starfield still look a hell of a lot better than the base guns in Marathon. Okay? Marathon guns look stupid.
Within the Terran Armada storyline, there's also the incursion system.
There's a number of different objectives that you could have on any given incursion.
I
Some
want that
move the
controller so
story
badly. It looks so good.
Exit immediately or risk fatal harm.
And some are out there just for the spoils of war, more X-Tech.
A lot
the
of
Terrans
credits.
even have the tech to block grav jumping within a system. They've set up jamming sites called incursions, but with cruise mode, you can navigate to those sites and shut them down.
Nice.
There's just so much game here when we look at the full breadth of all the new content.
We're excited for everyone to dive into Free Lanes and Terran Armada in April, but we wanted you to have something to play right now.
Tracker
so
Alliance.
Today, we're rolling out fresh Trackers Alliance content. We're adding 5 new targets, all with unique storylines. If you already purchased Trackers Alliance, this content is already included for you. And the
Well,
complete
you would hope so.
Trackers Alliance series is available now in the Creations menu.
So the Trackers Alliance, he says in the creations menu, meaning Trackers Alliance is a mod. More than likely a paid mod, but a mod nonetheless.
I think we're just excited as fans of Starfield to get.
I want that
this into
Starfield.
our
I want
players' hands.
the mug,
We've had a
the
blast with it,
controller, and
we wanna,
the art book
share it
there.
with the world.
Before we
I
sign
love a
off,
good
we've got one final
hardback.
announcement. When Free Lanes and Terran Armada launch on April 7th, Starfield will officially arrive on PlayStation 5.
On April 7th, baby. Count me in. I gotta wish list it. There, that looks beautiful. I love it. I remember that guy. He's a
Thank you
douchebag.
for joining us on this journey. There'll be more to come, but till then, we'll see you out there among the stars.
You certainly will. For the second time from me. I'm gonna get this on PS5 and play it all over again. That was, you know, I mean, to me, here's the thing. I know that Starfield will never be anything remotely close to something like No Man's Sky, or even Star Citizen for that matter. And Star Citizen's not a finished product. And it still has a lot more depth to it than Starfield does. But, for me, you know, we always talk about putting our money towards the right games, speaking with our wallets. I'm glad I bought this game, personally. Just because, while there are space powers, it does have a lot more grounding in reality in terms of aesthetics-wise. It does look more like it takes from reality. A little bit of sci-fi, right? Little bit of sci-fi, but the majority of, like, the ship design, the suit design, the guns, it has some grounding in realism in a way where it's like, oh yeah, I could see this in the future. It's still got, you know, modern, current day style to it while also being futuristic. You know, the gun design, you still got rovers, you can see that, you know. Instead of being hover vehicles, they still use wheels and stuff like that. So, I mean, things are still grounded in relative reality with Starfield. And that's something that really gets me. And the fact that they are now putting a NASA spacesuit in the damn game, that gets me going. I'm really excited about that. And one of these days, I might attempt to try and build the space shuttle, but as my ship. But I'm really excited. April 7th comes out on PS5. You know, I'm going to be getting it again. I mean, I think they have a version which is, I think it's either $60 or $70 that comes with Shattered Space, which is great. So I think them pricing it around a normal game price for both the base game and the first major expansion is pretty fair, because they made their money from Shattered Space or whatever. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But they did it for Xbox. It's out, and so they're like, let's not. It's a good thing. Let's not overprice it for, you know, people on PlayStation. We want to bring them in. I'm really happy to see that Bethesda games are not locked to Xbox anymore, like they were planned on being locked to. Like, I think Starfield is the first Bethesda game to come out on Xbox, and now it's just coming to PlayStation now anyway. So, very exciting, and I'll be able to play the game at 60 FPS on my console of choice. But that doesn't mean I won't play it, you know, occasionally on Xbox. I mean, it's just I love the game, so I'll buy it again. That was awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for it to come to PlayStation. I'm excited to play it again and check out all the new stuff. If Starfield is not your jam, that's absolutely okay. Not every game has to be for everybody. I just know that I'm one of very few people who love Starfield, and I love what they've done. And while I haven't really played it since I finished it the first time, it coming to PlayStation 5 is really gonna fuel the need to play it again. So, especially with all this, you can see all these things that they have added to the game. FOV slider, which I hope will be on the PlayStation. I can't remember if it was on Xbox Series S or not. I don't know if it can even handle that. the photo mode poses and creation and mods and all this stuff. So all this was added, and I can't wait to get it on PlayStation and play it all over again. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you're a Starfield fan, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like I am and just really excited for the future of this game? Or are you kind of just like lukewarm on the whole thing? You're like, it's more content, but I'm not really like hyped about it. You know what I mean? I'm a space nerd, so I just love space things. So I'm excited for all space stuff. You should see my other video on Exodus. I mean, it's a Mass Effect successor. Like, why am I a spiritual successor? Why would I not be excited about that? And please join me again in the next video where we'll react to another awesome trailer, hopefully, that will get me excited for more single-player games, because that's what we need more of these days. I'm so sick of multiplayer. Aren't you guys? I am. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Starfield, and I'll see you guys later.